All right, y'all, we are at Camden, Tennessee, Camden Speedway. Got both cars. First time we have run both cars. But Rachel and Derek, they have got a program. They are going to handle the factory stock. First time out with the new metric street stock. We'll see what we do.
Keep going some, Derek. I know, we got you.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about the other side? Make sure you're good. We're close to this fender.
7 cars in my class tonight, so not many cars. That's probably good for me.
9 and 1.
9 in Rachel's class tonight, so let's see how it goes. Well, the hot laps went good. I was happy with the car. The car was predictable. The car handled fine. Like, wasn't a full freak out. We were timing in. I saw Joe pulling away from me, so I'm sure I didn't time in good. Of course, you know, it's not like I was real brave right off the bat, first time I ever drove it. But I'm looking at the O-rings on the shocks on the back. Car's moving around more than I thought it would. And my O-rings are almost all the way down to the bottoms of the shocks. And so that 39-inch ride height, I'm just fixing to raise the whole back of the car up. Now I'm gonna turn both jack screws the same amount. So it's not gonna mess my scale numbers up. I'm just gonna raise the back of the car up. And I'm probably gonna raise the back of this car up like a ½ inch. So let's get that done. I had to pause on mine for a second. We gotta see what Rachel's gonna do. Whew. This is gonna get tiring running back and forth. They need to make the pits closer to the track at this place. Yeah, it's still a little bit slimy. It's still a little bit slimy out there, wasn't it? Yeah. I'm pushed for time, so I gotta tell you quick.
Yeah.
Get your earbuds out where they don't talk. Yeah. Okay. You were drifting into 3 pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. I liked how you were drifting into 3. Down the front straightaway, you were wanting to take just a straight line and turn too abruptly, and so you were turning late.
Okay.
But what it is, but you gotta remember, you were kind of like drifting out down the back straightaway, and then you had a smoother entry into 3 where you kind of just like curled the car down in. I like that. On 1 and 2, you know, it feels different because the track is, you know, up on an angle. You're going down the straightaway and you're up sideways, right? Mm-hmm. But what you were doing is like wherever you were coming off of 4, you were like maintaining that straight line down the straightaway. Okay. And then when you would get to the turn, you were kind of, since you were on this straight line, then you're making more of an abrupt turn. Right. Rear end's kicking out, the car was sliding up into the goop and stuff. Right? And so just remember, you've got to let that car drift out, and then you're going to turn around and you're going to drift it in. And the banking's different, so it feels different, but you got like focus on that. Other than that, look great, okay?
Time wasn't as good.
Huh?
Time wasn't as good.
Don't worry about the time, girl. Just get experience. You're fine. tickled to death, but I am not gonna be able to run the feature. I'm gonna have to put a fan shroud on it. I struggled to get this car to heat up all last year, but yeah, it got up to like 250 degrees, and it backed back down pretty quick. I come off the track, and before I made it to the trailer, it was 240, and I let it sit there and high idle for a minute, and it was to 230, and I went ahead and cut it off. I know it's fine, I haven't heard it, but you know, I can't run a feature. If I run the feature tonight, I'd cook it. I'm probably gonna go out there, get in the back, and I'm probably gonna just turn a couple laps, because I'm gonna change a shock on the left front. I had the 100 on the left front. I'm gonna probably put the 300 on the left front, and I'm gonna bolt on 40 pounds of weight on that right rear. I wanna see what the car feels like. Use the opportunity, see what the car feels like, but then, you know, like, hey, I'm gonna watch my temperature, and I'm gonna pull off the track. It is gonna overheat, and I am gonna pull off the track before it does. Not gonna hurt the motor. Definitely, you know, like I said, all cars need fan shrouds. I knew that. I knew I should have put that fan shroud on there. I put a thermostat in it to get it up to temperature, which I put a 160 in, and I mean, it's doing its job. But, oh, it's just, I don't know. I guess I was being lazy, trying to convince myself that it was running so cool, that it didn't need it. I deserve that. Yep. So anyway, I'm still tickled. We're gonna go out there, we're gonna do some testing. All right, y'all stick around. It looks like we had us an aggressive rookie behind me that didn't lift when a car was spun out in the corner. I ain't mad about it, but anyway, I had one there off my corner, and car spun out, went up to the wall, and they called it on the race saver. Yellow lights went on, and I lifted, and he just didn't lift. Just sheet metal, y'all. Be okay. We're gonna turn the car back the other way around now, will we? Probably get the line up straight up. out of 9 cars, y'all. Really like what I saw. Car got out from under you.
It did.
And you had about 3 laps there where it took you to kind of get straightened back out. But then you started hitting your numbers, got the car to roll over, caught right back up, passed the car before the end of the race.
I did.
I was happy. Everything was great there. Kind of where we're at with this car is you can feel and tell the difference, right?
I definitely can.
You can tell whenever the car, you get it to rotate over.
Yep, I can feel that. I can feel the smooth this up going around the track, and then I can also tell when I'm messing up.
You can tell the difference. So you're starting to pick up on what it is you're doing that will cause the car to shove out. So I think we're going to make a few minor changes to the car. I'm going to see what I can do to maybe widen that envelope up where the car will lean over a little easier. We might raise the weight up. I'm not going to put more weight on it or anything. I'm not going to change scale numbers. I'm going to raise the weight up. I'm going to look and see how much rebound I got on that right rear. And then, you know, possibly a spring change on the right front. I'm going to look at my springs. They're really old. Fresh springs might help liven the car up a little bit. Want the car to just be a little bit freer. If the car was a little freer getting into the corner, as crazy as it sounds, that could let me put some more drive in the car. So it's like you're at a point where you can tell.
I can tell.
So we need to work on the car. We can put some speed. There's more speed available for the leaf spring Camaro. We just had to get you where you really could tell like what's going on with the car.
Yeah, I knew when I was making the mistakes and turning in too sharp on 3 and 4. I felt it and I was like, hey, you got to calm down and do better. But then when I picked it up and turned in correctly, then I can just throttle up all through the turn and straight on out.
Of course, y'all saw on me going out and everything, you know, I knew I was going to end up just coming off the track, and I was in the back, just kind of seeing. So like, I changed the left front shock out, put a bunch more rebound in it. I changed out the right rear shock. I put 40 more pounds on the right rear of the car, and all of that was probably fine. But the car had no drive. I took all the drive out of it because I made a very rookie mistake. So I was bottoming, or I was just about bottoming the shocks out, and I had the back of my car at 39 inches, and I raised the car up 3/4 of an inch. I just raised it up across the back. I just counted my turns on both jacks, raised the back of the car up. Did not change my chains, so I shortened my chains up on both sides, and I took all the drive out of the car. So, I mean, I could not have come forward in that race if I'd have wanted to. But I got back there just kind of playing around with the car. I was running wide and running to the bottom, and I love this car. This thing is easy to drive. So anyway, so yes, I'm just going to go back. I'm going to adjust my chains because I think I had those right. So I'm going to adjust the chains down 3/4 of an inch. I think I'm going to raise the front of the car up about 1/4 inch the whole way across. And we're going to take this car back to the races as soon as I build a finish route for it. And we're good to go. So it went pretty good. Derek took care of you, everything you needed.
Yep.
You know what you want now. You know air pressures. You know setup on the car now. So I'm tired, but like this was my first 2-car show.
We did it.
We did pretty good. So I ended up getting paid for 5th place. Just because I stayed out there long enough that 5th was the last, you know, I was like the 5th car on the track when I pulled off, you know, and which we didn't start but with 7, but you know, with y'all started with 9.
Started with 9.
And you made it to 4th, so, hey. All right, y'all, are you subscribed? Because it's a lot of racing going to be going on this summer. I will see you next time.
See ya.